When I was playing drums in a punk band, rocking out in a tank top and no bra, or just a bra and no tank top, I didn't imagine my favorite performance would be with my 10-year-old son. For 3 years, Luis Manuel played piano in his school's variety show. In 5th grade, he decided to play guitar. Guitar was way cooler. He taught himself to play guitar in like 3 months, on YouTube, chords, notes, picking, everything. He was going to play a rock song for the variety show. Sean was going to play with him. They began practicing 3 months before auditions because they didn't want to suck, and they had girls to impress. Then Luis heard a rumor that Sean wasn't going to play with him. When he heard it again, I suggested he find a third person for his act, just in case. But he said maybe Sean was just too busy to practice. Then 2 weeks before the auditions, only 2 weeks before the actual show, Sean admitted that he was going to be in a dance act with his popular friends instead. A dance act? Who in the hell would rather do synchronized dance moves like some boy band over playing actual music? It occurred to me that for 5th graders, this variety show had more to do with showcasing your friends than actual talent. "Do you want to be in their dance act?" I asked. He rolled his eyes. "No, I want to play guitar." I was relieved. In tears the night before the auditions, Luis sat on the couch with his Les Paul. "Maybe I won't do it," he said. I took a deep breath to hide my panic. Then I told him to play every song he knew. I was going to help him decide which sounded best. He played Float On, which needed another guitar. The Beatles' Blackbird sounded good, but the picking needed work. And the Weezer song had one really hard chord. When he played Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit, we both knew it was the one. Then it hit me. Luis's participation in this event had become our family's way of not being totally invisible. I worked full-time and made an effort to be involved, volunteering in the classroom and going on field trips when I could, but I was not part of the blonde moms crowd, the stay-at-home moms crowd, or an attending member of the PTA. I was the Chicana with the chest tattoos, married to a dark-skinned Mexican with an accent. I wasn't going to let some fucking dance routine keep my son from changing his mind about performing in that show. Besides, I knew he wanted to. I just wish I had someone to play with. He looked dejected. I can play that song on drums in my sleep. I tried sounding nonchalant, but it was true. Anyone who played rock drums in the 90s had learned to play that song, had wanted to rock as hard as Dave Grohl. "You want to play with me?" He made a face. "Look, I know you don't think it's cool to be in an act with your mom, but the auditions are tomorrow. There's no one else." "Okay," he said, sounding the way you do when you know you're totally out of options. I wanted to hug him, jump off the couch, plan our outfits, and gush about how fun it was going to be. But I restrained myself. What if someone teases me? Just say this: "Does your mom play drums?" Still nervous he was going to be teased for being in a band with his mom, I knew I had to tone it down. Wear a loose-fitting tank top and a bra, and no flashy makeup. I did put on red lipstick called Rocker before leaving the house. I wanted to stand out from the PTA moms and help my son show his friends what real and inspired talent looked like. Getting on stage and playing drums in front of the entire school without lipstick wouldn't achieve that. Next, we have Luis Manuel Peralta playing Smells Like Teen Spirit. The MC on the other side of the curtain read from the intro we wrote. And no, that's not his mom on drums. I heard loud laughter, the curtain lurched open, and Luis launched into one of the most recognizable chord progressions in rock and roll, drawing whoops and cheers from the crowd. Then I came in on drums, careful not to hit the snare as hard as I could or move my head wildly as I had in my band Spit Boy. Like we practiced to combat nerves and to help us stay together, we made eye contact across the stage, mother and son. I nodded as we made the transition from the intro to the soft part that follows. And by the time we got to the distinctive chorus, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, the crowd was roaring. Luis looked up from his guitar, and I saw his anxiety slip away. Then, as we wound down for the big finish, Luis locked eyes with me and smiled wide like he did when I nursed him as a baby. The crowd went wild, and Luis's girlfriend swooned in her chair. His friends in the dance act jumped to their feet and clapped. My husband stood at the front of the stage with the camera grinning, and lots of other husbands rehearsed what they'd say to me as they approached me afterwards. And me and my son punctuated the end of the song, hitting each beat together. Ba, ba, ba. Thank you.